What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the newest episode of the Believe in Oregon podcast. I'm Zachary, Neel. He's Jonathan Stewart. Jay Stu, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just you know, glad that our Oregon Ducks didn't have to fight anyone this weekend.
It was a relatively easy game against Washington, was it not?
Yeah, it looked like the game we've been waiting for all year.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a second because we've definitely been waiting on this.
hmm
The Ducks have done it. Perfect 12-0 season, just as both of us predicted would happen. They did it with a blowout win over Washington, 49-21. It was 49-14 until about a minute left and a late score. How much fun did you have watching this game?
I mean, it was a good time. You
Mhm.
know, I think just understanding the fact that this was a game that didn't need to be had
Yeah,
probably made them loose.
probably. Yeah,
And I think I don't know if you saw the highlights of Dan and, the bat, right?
that
With
was incredible.
Matthew McConaughey. That was incredible. This man's
Oh, Brad
insane.
Pitt.
Was it Brad Pitt? Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
Inglorious Bastards, one of my favorite
Glorious.
movies.
Yep. He's insane.
He's a psychopath.
He's a psychopath.
Legitimate psychopath
Dan
in
the
the best
man
way.
is a psychopath in the best way. And we're so lucky to have him as the leader of these young men, teaching them how to be competitors, ultimate competitors, finding that dog deep down into their rib. Hey, I need that thing out of you on Saturday. I don't need anything else. I need that thing that's deep down.
Well, and I'm sorry to be crass here, but the balls that it takes to take a Washington, I don't know how they got that Washington helmet, but to
Yeah,
take a Washington helmet and at
probably ordered off of
halftime,
Amazon.
right? But at halftime to smash it in with a sledgehammer and then to put it out on social media in a video afterwards to say, "Yeah, we just did that."
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
god damn.
I
That is
love I love the what's it called? The behind the scenes footage.
it's so good.
It's so good.
So
Like
good.
if you want to learn how to be a good head coach, just watch and learn
Just
from
how to motivate
Dan
people.
Lanning. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I would run through a wall.
I don't know anyone who wouldn't, honestly.
He could almost convince me to do something that's illegal,
I think he
and
probably
I could
could.
possibly go to jail for it. But like, I got kids and family. I don't know if I.
I'd at least
All right,
listen.
I'll do it. I'll do it. If you say
I'd
I
at
don't get
least
caught, I'll
listen.
do it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna talk about Penn State and the upcoming Big Ten championship, in a little bit, but I wanna start here by talking a little bit more about Washington and the regular season as a whole now that it's behind us. Dan said to us after the game that this was the most complete game that they've played all year. I agree. To me, it feels like this team has been doing one thing that you have been saying all year they need to do. Do you know what that is?
Scored in the third quarter.
Yes, they're also peaking at the right
Oh
time.
yeah, peaking at the right time.
This team is
Yes,
absolutely peaking right now, and it's at the perfect time.
it's the perfect time. And you know what? It's like handle all your business up front, right?
Mhm.
You have a bye week to go get rested.
And
You can
healthy.
sit back in a nice little recliner on a Saturday, watch all the teams lose, get upset, and you come out on the other side like, look at us. Number one still. We have our road mapped out for us to the
Sitting
national
pretty.
championship. Sitting real pretty. Oh, we get to play the Huskies? I mean the Fuskies? And we just get to go there and just play. We just get to go outside and play.
Just have fun. Play football.
Just have fun. Play football. And while we're at it, we're gonna bring a bat to the field.
Still incredible.
Man,
Incredible.
Bryce Betcher with
Oh, what
that
a
bat in his
dog.
hand, dog. It's just like I hope he just has. You know what he needs to do?
What's that?
They need to go create one of those like frames where there's like a constant video, GIF or something like
Mhm.
that plays constantly. I would ask them to create a visual of him with that bat going down the
Just
tunnel,
what do
hitting
you
the
think that
walls.
felt like?
Ting, ting,
What do
ting.
you think that felt like, just tapping that on the wall, sitting in the locker room,
Man,
tapping it while Dan's talking?
I
Gives me
don't know,
chills
man.
thinking
Just
about it.
like maybe like the Joker or something, just like, oh, I'm about to wreak havoc out here. I got a
I'm about
master
to kill
plan.
someone. And then they go out and he has maybe the best statistical game of his career, 11 tackles, 1 sack, I think 1 forced fumble on
Yeah.
senior night against Washington. Just man,
You
incredible.
can't
What
write
an
that up
awesome
any
game.
better. You can't
No,
write that up any better. A
a
hometown
South
kid.
Eugene kid went to the same high school I went to. Just
Oh yeah.
incredible.
Just making it happen for himself.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure his family's super proud.
I'm sure they are.
All the kids in Eugene are probably wearing 28 jerseys.
Yeah.
And it's not because of me. I
That's
don't know
very
how
oh,
I feel
yeah, I
about
didn't even think about that.
that.
Yeah, they could
But he's
recycle those
making
28
20
jerseys.
he's making 28 special again for sure.
That's awesome. All right, well, before we jump ahead into our Big Ten title game and preview Penn State, let's dive into our take and bake because I've got something I need to get off my chest. Let me start by
Oh,
saying this. You need to be careful whose opinion you're listening to. I'll start by saying that. There's been a narrative on social media recently over the past couple weeks that started to grow among Oregon fans that you would rather have the number 5 seed than the number 1 seed. Some Oregon fans are claiming that they're much better off losing this game this weekend against Penn State and getting the 5 seed and passing on that first round bye because then you get a better path to the semifinals by playing worse teams. Stop. Just
yeah.
stop. Just be careful who you're listening to. Are you listening to a fan who has never played a snap of competitive football before, claiming that, one extra game against a top 12 ranked team is no big deal? Or are you listening to someone who has experienced the wear and tear of football, whether at the college level, professional level, who knows what they're talking about? I want to find one former player who is caping for this 5 seed over the 1 seed and hear what they have to say. I bet you can't find him because there's no one out there that knows what the hell they're talking about that's saying this is better. They're saying it's an easier road, but the road is not easier. As it stands now, the college football playoffs the rankings just came out before we started recording. The 1 seed would get a bye and then a game against either Ohio State or Tennessee, while the 5 seed would get a game against Arizona State and number 4 Boise State. I hear the argument. They're saying, you'd rather play Arizona State and Boise State to get into the semifinals, but you're not living in reality if you think that playing one extra game is the better route. Not when you're playing an established, talented team. This isn't golf where you're playing a non-contact sport. Injuries happen. Tez Johnson got hurt against Michigan. Jordan Birch got hurt against Maryland. All it takes is one step in the wrong direction and everything changes. You cannot convince me that one more game is the better route. So stop arguing that the Ducks should lose this weekend. You're wrong. It's just the most insane thing that
You're
I've ever
dead
heard
wrong.
people say. You're wrong. Stop it. End rant.
Good job, man. You
Thank
you
you.
you made your point.
I hope so. I hope
For
people are
all
listening.
you couch potatoes out there eating your potato chips and salsa and drinking Modelo's on Saturdays, it's probably you talking. Okay,
Just
just
find
be
me
quiet.
one
Because I'm
reputable
gonna tell you like
source.
this: if you are if you are Tennessee or Ohio State, you're basically now looking at what, 6 games if you make the championships, counting this
5?
weekend,
No, I think it's 4 more.
counting this
Oh,
weekend,
counting this weekend, it's 5 more for Penn State, I believe.
or Penn State. That's what I meant.
First round, second round, semifinal championship, plus the conference championship. So 5 if you're Penn State.
5, yes. So if I'm you, uh, that's a lot.
That's almost half a season.
That's basically
That's so much football.
welcome to the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, but like instead, it's meaningful football games with the playoffs and all that, right? So you got to make sure you keep your team healthy
Mhm.
first and foremost. And Oregon could possibly be the healthiest team in the playoffs. We just came
They
off a
might
bye.
be.
We just
They're
came off a bye and played UW and tossed them around like they ain't belong in the club. And then we basically play this weekend, win, have ourselves another bye. That sounds wonderful.
incredible.
So that means your guys are going to go into that game saying, I'm throwing my body all the way around. Okay.
I feel like it's
Um,
September.
Yeah. I'm throwing my body all the way around because I know I got another bye week coming. Okay. So that's the route you want to take. You want the
Mhm.
healthiest players playing in December, in January. Nothing else matters, man. Like at
Yeah.
this point in the time, you need your dogs to be able to go up there and hit somebody in the mouth and not care or worry about whether it's going to hurt. Okay?
Yep.
That's all that matters.
I completely agree. Do you have anything for take and bake? Anything that's been baking over the weekend for you?
Um, no. I mean, we are who we are. We knew we
Yeah.
would be here,
Mhm.
and if there's been anything baking, it's just will we be able to have a complete game? And yes, we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we
You
did.
finally did. You and I have been in agreement almost the entire year. We both said we were going to go 12-0 in the regular season. I predicted that Oregon would lose to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. You said they'd be 13-0. So we'll see who was right. And if they lose, I still won't claim it as a victory because I thought it'd be Ohio State. Speaking of the Buckeyes, I mean, I promise we'll get to the Penn State stuff in a little bit. But before we jump in, can we talk about what the hell happened this weekend? Because I still can't believe that we're not playing Ohio State again and that we're actually playing Penn State. What was your reaction like on Saturday? Because I'm assuming you watched that game and how incredible it was.
I mean, you have arguably one of the best receivers in the nation.
Yeah,
Okay, and for what I know, Chip Kelly is a run first mentality.
yeah,
He wants to run the ball, and that's how he starts the pace, right? Whether it's different disguises, different motions, different looks, it's all about running the football. And that's what he wanted to establish. You saw it completely, right? When they needed to pass the ball, they just chose to run it. And it's either he didn't have confidence in his quarterback, didn't have confidence in the offensive line to protect the quarterback.
yeah.
There's a lot of things there. When I'm watching these games, I'm asking myself, why are they doing this? And or why did they lose? And they lost that game because they s- didn't choose to pass the ball.
It was
In meaningful situations. I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Because if I had that caliber of receiver, um,
receivers. You got two of the best
receivers, but
receivers in the conference with
in the
Jeremiah
yeah,
Smith and Amika.
yeah, but really Jeremiah Smith,
Yeah.
that's a guy.
That's AJ
That's a
Brown out there as a true freshman, and you're just not getting him the rock.
he's a sturdy um he's a sturdy target.
Yeah,
Okay. And if you want to run the ball, that's great. But in this situation, given this back and forth thing that you're doing here with Michigan, who does not deserve to be
it's
in the
not good.
club, not good. Kudos to that coach though, because he
Sharon,
ain't got nobody on his team. He ain't got the quarterback they got.
they were
No
missing
way.
two of their best players too. Colston Loveland, their tight end, and Will Johnson, their star cornerback, out of the
Yeah.
game. Still won. Didn't matter.
Yeah, so kudos and hats off to that head coach because he's making it happen, and he basically was able to put a nightcap on their season and go to bed. But Ohio State's kicker, it's been a week for some kickers now,
Jay Fielding, yeah.
man. Buddy, I hate to say it, but you messed up. You messed
Well,
up.
what was
But
funny is,
it shouldn't have been. It should not have came down to that.
yeah,
That's the point. They didn't lose because of the kicker. They lost because of the decision making processes throughout that game.
on the kicker real quick, what was so funny to me is that in the Oregon game, all the Ohio State fans were like, "Oh, if we had that 1 second on the clock, we would have gotten a field goal off. We would have won." It's like,
Yeah, he would have missed that.
I don't know. That would have been a 40+ yard kick. You
And
aren't
he would
making
have.
that.
That's the reason why they was trying to pass the ball. See, they was trying to
Exactly.
pass the ball back when
Exactly.
they were playing us.
But
But in that situation, that's exactly right. And I actually remembered like thinking to myself while I was driving in the car going to the airport because I was there for that game,
mhm,
and I'm watching it on my phone, YouTube TV, and I'm like, oh, they don't believe in their kicker.
Yeah.
They don't want to kick the ball. They need to get closer.
Yeah.
So
Well, to me, I just think it was so shocking how poor of a game plan this was for Ohio State, because the
yeah,
one thing that you can't do against Michigan, or you kind of let them beat you, is try and run up the middle. Their two best players, their best strength of the team is their interior defensive line. They've got two first round draft picks in
yeah,
Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham on the interior defensive line. And you know what? Ohio State doesn't have a healthy interior offensive line. They just lost their All American center for the rest of the season. Their offensive line is banged up right now. So
yeah,
why are they trying to run up the middle nonstop? Why are they not getting the ball out to the edges to Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka? Why are
yeah.
they not passing the ball? I think you said it. They might not trust their quarterback that much. He had two really bad interceptions this game. I'm
And or
just
they don't trust the protection. You
it's I
know.
think it's both of that, but
Yeah.
Chip Kelly is a smart enough guy to scheme something up around outside of guard to guard and kind of get stuff out of the tackles. I was amazed at how poorly executed this game plan was and how poor of a game plan it was to start.
So Ryan Day, is he in or out?
If he doesn't win a championship, man, which is insane that they still can, but I
Yeah.
don't think they will, but he's got to make a deep run in this playoff for. All right, Ryan Day, does he want to be in or out?
I mean, if I'm him, he better want to, because if he don't want to right now, then they gonna mess around and have him out anyway.
That looked like a broken and beaten down man after the
Yeah.
game. It
Yeah.
was almost sad to see,
Tired.
'cause it's like, man, this guy does not have
Watching his
anything.
players, watching the field just turn to blaze of
Just
fire.
sitting there just like in a daze. That was insane.
Yeah.
All right,
But
enough Ohio State talk. Let's finally get into this Big Ten championship talk.
oh, I wanna
Yeah,
point out
please.
something. Jordan James,
Okay.
God bless that DB that he ran over.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
My goodness. I
I wish he
mean,
scored on that play. It would have made it 10 times better.
Noah Whittington and him this year, they both had runs where it was just one on one,
Mhm.
man on man, and it's me versus you. You better pray to God that you stay up because they just can. They have this ability to really like strike a guy, and like I ran over some guys in my day, but not very often do you just pound into the face mask of someone and then keep your balance.
Mhm.
Okay, the contact balance is crazy. That's where I'm getting at. And saw something very similar this week with the Carolina Panthers, Bucky Irving going off. Shout
Mhm.
out to you. That can be our duckling of the
God,
week.
he's so good.
He's so good, man. He's gonna be amazing. I heard a lot of good things. Talked to Todd Bowles before the game about him, and he had nothing but nice things to say
Yeah,
about this kid, man. Showing up before everybody else to the
believe it.
practice facility, leaving last, those types of things. And he's a rookie.
Mhm.
I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah,
Sky is the limit. So shout out to you, Bucky. Hate that you had to do that to my Panthers,
we knew it was
but
happening.
it happens, you know?
It happens. All right, let's talk Penn State. This is the first time that these two teams will have met since the 1995 Rose Bowl. I am wearing my Oregon Rose Bowl sweatshirt as a memory of that. It's the first time that they've met as conference foes. According to our sponsor, Bet Online, Oregon is favored by 3.5 points, over under a 49. J. Stu, what is your initial thought on this game?
We gonna beat the dog breaks off of Penn State.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why.
We're peaking. We're healthy. We're fresh. We just came off of a convincing, confident win over UW, feeling really good about ourselves. We understand what's at stake. We've gone through our bruises. We've gone through our growing pains. I think we are primed and ready to go and defeat Penn State. They don't have enough firepower.
Yeah.
Period.
I believe that. And that late season bye, I think really helped.
Yeah.
I don't think I feel quite as confident as you do, but I still feel confident about this game because everything that Penn State does well, Oregon, in my opinion, does better. I mean, there's this narrative that Penn State is the more physical team. Okay. They've got a great pass rush, yes, really solid running game with two explosive backs and one of the best tight ends in the country. Oregon has that. Check, check, check.
Yeah.
Whose quarterback is better? Give me Dylan Gabriel every day of the
every
week.
day.
Whose coach is better? I'll take Dan Lanning.
I'm taking Dan Lanning over a lot of coaches in just the world.
Yeah, almost any coach in the nation right now, I would take Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning is a top 5 coach in all of sports.
Oh, wow. We're opening
right
up
now.
all of sports.
All of
Okay.
sports, top 5 coach of all of sports. Argue with your mama.
My mom couldn't name 5. My mom's listening. I'm not going to say that. So sorry, Mom.
Mama, I
Yeah,
love
no. Yeah, top 5. That's a bold statement. I don't have the mental energy to go through that right now, but I'll take your word for it.
based off of what a coach is supposed to do. He's been doing it times 10. Period.
It's hard to argue with, the record he's got, the motivation he's got. Yeah, he's definitely up there for sure. All that being said, I've got Oregon winning this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think this one's still a game in the fourth quarter, but I've got Oregon 27-20. What's your final score prediction?
I'm gonna go 35-17.
35-17. Wow, you don't think it's gonna be that close?
No.
Okay.
I think listen, bro, we just can't listen. I know UW is UW,
Yeah.
but when you possess the confidence after a game where your defense has 10 sacks, 10
sacks
in one game, uno, okay? 10 sacks. That offensive line for Penn State, they're having nightmares, baby.
Yeah. One thing to support your point, though, as well, that I'm just looking up right now. Who has Penn State played this year? And outside of Ohio State, who they lost to, they have played nobody.
Yep.
They beat their best wins right now are Illinois, USC, which they almost lost to, Wisconsin, Washington. Other than that, like Maryland.
What was the score of that Wisconsin game?
28-13. So they played them well. They were at Wisconsin too.
But 13, right? 28-13.
Yeah. We gave up 13 as well.
We gave up 13, but we was tired and sleepy.
Yeah.
We was trying to go home and take a nap,
Yeah.
It's like staying at the park late night, and you playing pickup basketball all day. And he's like, man, I'm trying to go home, but I ain't trying to lose either.
Yeah, you lost your legs. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. I want to give a little bit of respect to Penn State. That's because I also don't feel like I know Penn State that well. I've done some diving into them. They've got a really good defense. I'm respecting that defense.
Okay. You don't need to know them. I'll be the disrespectful one.
Okay.
You keep being respectful. Okay.
That's fine.
All I know is our running back's better than theirs. We have Jordan James. Our quarterback's better than theirs. Our receiver's better than theirs. Our receiver was out for a couple games and has more touchdowns than their leading receiver. Our defense is better than theirs. We just better than them. Our coach is better than them. Our mascot's better than them. I actually hope they try to fight our mascot so that way our mascot can beat their mascot up.
That would be funny. All right, let's wrap it up there. I will be in Indianapolis this weekend for the game. I am incredibly excited to get back out on the road for the remainder of the season. So I will be with you guys late on Saturday night. It's going to be really late because that game doesn't kick off till 8 p.m. Eastern, but it should be a good one. Reminder, we've got the early signing period starts tomorrow when this comes out on Wednesday. Should be a very eventful day. We know that Dan Lanning likes to save a lot of fireworks for signing day. There's a couple of 5-star recruits that they're hoping to flip. We'll see if they can get it done. J. Stu, you got anything to add before we get out of here?
Nope. Hit him in the mouth.
Yeah. We'll see if they can do it. I think they can.
Over and over.
We'll see if they bring a baseball bat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they bring here.
I'm always so excited to see what the motivational tactic is.
Maybe they bring some cat food.
Oh yeah. That'd be good. Kitty litter.
Hey, little kitty.
That'd be funny. All right. You can check out more of my work at ducksfire.usatoday.com. Follow me at Zachary C. Neel on Twitter. Follow J. Stu on Twitter at JonathanStewR1. And make sure to check out the Believe in Panthers podcast and the Stu and Crew podcast. For myself, Zach Neel, for my co-host, Jonathan Stewart, we'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, take it easy.